This program, proudly brought to you by Inglis.
The autumn sun! He's come from last. What a superstar!
Hello, I'm Caroline Searcy and welcome to a big spring edition of Bred to Win, coming to you from here at Royal Randwick. Coming up, we recap Epsom and Turnbull days and the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe meeting from Paris. We'll hear from scone trainer John Ramsey about preparing a draft for the Inglis Ready to Race sale. Darley's shuttle sires have a remarkable record of producing Australia's racetrack champions. We look at some of the best of them. Carmel Sires has a remarkable record of buying top-class racehorses. We hear her favourite Inglis sales story. And trainer Paul Snowden in Arrowfield Studs, the horse who made you love racing. That's all coming up, but first let's review a big weekend of global racing and the breeding news behind it in the Cambridge Stud Bred to Win wrap. Epsom Day at Royal Randwick, traditionally the best day of spring racing in Sydney, saw 3 Group 1 contests attract some of the best horses in the land. The Epsom itself was won by Colding in the Neville Morgan colours, part of a great training performance by Chris Waller for the day. Colding was sold as an NZB yearling for $170,000 by Wentwood Grange to Guy Mulcaster. He's a half-brother to dual Group winner and New Zealand St Ledger winner Samson and stakes winner Miss Upstart, with his dam having had 7 to race, all winners, and being a half-sister to former top Queensland galloper Make Mine Magic. Colding is the first Group 1 success for Thorne Park's Cox Plate winner Ocean Park, who stands this season at New Zealand's Waikato Stud for $15,000 plus GST.
Fun Star, full of running, and she's the star filly for the Flight Stakes.
The Oz Horse Performance of the Week was a fabulous result for the Coolmans and for Charlotte and Arthur Inglis, other owners and her breeder Jack Sheather, as Fun Star, the half-sister to Queensland Oaks winner Young Star, won the Group 1 Flight Stakes. The filly was an Inglis Easter yearling sold by Balness stud to Anton Coolman for $80,000. She's from the Irish-bred Danehill mare Star Spangled, with her second dam, User Friendly, the winner of the English and Irish Oaks. Her sire Adelaide showed he could beat Australia's best with his 2014 Cox Plate win, and he stands at Coolmore Stud for just $11,000. The late Blackfriars continues to be a great Group 1 influence, with his son Come Play With Me successful in the third Group 1 of the day, the Metropolitan, a week after Blackfriars' son Blackheart Bart won the Underwood Stakes. Come Play With Me's dam, Russian Playmate, was a dual stakes winner in Western Australia. With Newgate Farm having secured him for future stud duties, the son of O'Reilly, Brutal, was impressive in taking out the Group 2 Premier Stakes. Very Elegant will head to Melbourne off the back of her Hill Stakes win, the mare, a daughter of Zed, a New Zealand stallion who spies the Beal from the Danewin Commands family. And the first 2-year-old stakes races of the season saw Every Rose, a daughter of Schwazier, win the Gimcrack Stakes, being from the vintage Racer's Edge family, while the Breeders' Plate went to the son of More Than Ready Global Quest with his dam Global Dream from the Timberina Media family.
It's Hartnell, grabbed by Kingswell Dream at the 150, then Finch.
Chris Waller's 4th Group 1 on Saturday came at Flemington in Melbourne in the Turnbull Stakes. Kingswell Dream continued a remarkable comeback from life-threatening injuries with his sire Casamento, a son of the great influence Shamadal. Star sprinting mare Sunlight was back to her best with a win in the Gilgai Stakes, while it was a group double for her Widden stud-based sire Zoo Star at Flemington as Haute Brion Her took out the Group 2 Blazer Stakes. Her dam is by Redout's Choice and has also produced stakes winners Caracatus and Chameleon. The Shamadal influence was also seen in Edward Manifold stakes winner Moonlight Maid through his sire son Puissance de Lune, with the Jerry Ryan Limerick Lane bred filly being from Decatable stakes winner Manhattan Maid. Melbourne Cup winner Shocking by Street Cry has a strong Cups contender, with his Adelaide Cup winning Surprise Baby taking out the Group 3 Bart Cummings. And in the Maribyrnong trial, it was Hinchinbrook's smart daughter Mildred from stakes-winning juvenile Tempest Tossed, who's now a stakes winner, hailing from the family of Group 1 winner Notoire.
Here it comes, 9 Group 1 wins.
In New Zealand, Tiakal's magnificent mare Melody Bell recorded her 9th Group 1 win, also becoming the first horse to win New Zealand's Spring Weight for Age Triple Crown. The daughter of Commands and Malika Bell also became the first horse to win 9 Group 1 races in New Zealand. And the Hawke's Bay Guineas unearthed a horse of great potential as Darcy Brahma's Catalyst proved dominant after being retained to race by his breeder, the Oak Stud. He's from the family of Lonhro and Devise, with his third dam, the fabulous mare Shadea.
And off they go.
To Europe, and the racing world was waiting with bated breath to see the mighty mare Enable become the first 3-time winner of the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. But sadly, it wasn't to be.
And it's Enable in front. She leads. Voltgeist in second place is closing down the centre.
The soft ground played into the hands of Galileo's son Voltgeist, who claimed the dual Arc winner late in the race, the winner being from a Monsun mare. Godolphin have another superior 2-year-old by Chamadal, with Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère winner Victor Ledorum joining Pinatubo and Earthlight as exciting colts for the future. And Fastnet Rock again had a winner on Arc Day, with his daughter One Master scoring back-to-back wins in the Group 1 Prix de la Forêt. Finally, with a view to the big Spring Carnival features coming up in Melbourne, Inglis Digital is offering a 25% share in this year's Ebor Handicap winner Mustajir, heading into the Caulfield Cup and potentially the Melbourne Cup. The gelding is to be trained by Chris Lees and will be offered on the Inglis Digital online platform, with bidding having opened at 9 a.m. this morning and closing at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, October 9, offering a great opportunity to become involved in the ownership of a cup runner.
Yeah, look, he's a top-class racehorse. I mean, the Ebor has long been recognised as a wonderful trial for Cups races in Australia. You know, the very nature of the race is probably not dissimilar to races like the Caulfield Cup and the Melbourne Cup. Big field, genuine tempo, staying trip. And this horse is obviously very adept under those conditions. But what's particularly exciting about him is he's got top-class form. You know, across the board, he's Group 1 placed, 1.25 miles. You know, he has very good form around a number of other horses that are candidates for the Melbourne Cup later on in the spring. And he's been targeted specifically at this race and at the Spring Carnival in Melbourne, so he's a fantastic candidate for the spring.
Mustajir is by Medician, a son of Machiavellian, who's also grandsire of our champion Winx, so he has great international blood that works well in Australia.
I mean, traditionally we've found that horses that are effective at 1.25 miles, 1.5 miles tend to be able to run out staying trips in Australia. Medician was a high-class horse at 1 mile and 1.25 miles in Europe. You know, it's an excellent pedigree, and he's obviously proven at 1 mile and 6 furlongs already, and I don't think there's any doubt in most people's minds that he'll get 2 miles under the right conditions. But first and foremost, the Caulfield Cup is his primary target, and you know, he really looks cherry ripe for that race. Look, it's a great compliment to be able to offer a horse like that. You know, Gaelic Bloodstock, who's offering the share, came aware of the success of the platform and were made aware of the potential that it had to offer that share. So they've decided to give it a go. You know, we're delighted to have the opportunity. There's already been a huge volume of interest in the share to this point, and you know, we're hopeful of getting a sale done.
And the bidding process is just the same as any Inglis Digital sale, with a countdown as bidding wraps up.
The process remains very consistent with our, you know, at our twice monthly auctions now. People are asked to register to bid with our accounts department. You do so just through the website, and then the auction will open at 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. We'll finish at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, at which point a countdown starts. So, you know, the ticker is extended by 5 minutes every time there's a bid inside the last 5 minutes. So it has the potential to be very exciting. You know, traditionally our online auctions have a number of exciting finishes to them, and hopefully that's the case with this horse.
But it's Mustajir, a horse in a million, who takes the Sky Bet Ebor.